Getting lean to enhance muscle definition and building muscle are two different goals that require distinct approaches. Today, let's talk about how undereating can impact your muscle growth. My name is Kristi and I am a 7 times CrossFit Games athlete, marathon and ultra runner, collegiate swimmer, high rocks winner, and lover of all things fitness. Whether your goal is to get stronger, build muscle mass, or just improve your overall physique, understanding how nutrition impacts your specific goals will help you achieve your goals more efficiently and maybe even quicker. So let's talk about what happens when you don't eat enough. Undereating. When you don't eat enough, your body doesn't get the nutrients it needs to function optimally. This includes the fuel required to build and repair your muscle tissue. Undereating can lead to a state of energy deficiency where your body doesn't have enough calories to support your basic functions, let alone muscle growth. This may sound like a familiar story. You've been hitting the gym hard, lifting heavy, and really pushing yourself in the gym. But if you're not eating enough, your body can't keep up with the demands that you're placing on it. Instead of building muscle from all of your hard work, you might actually start losing muscle mass. This is because your body starts to break down muscle tissue to use as an energy source when there's not enough fuel from your diet. A study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition highlighted that inadequate caloric intake, especially in the form of protein, can lead to muscle protein breakdown, hindering muscle growth and recovery. This breakdown occurs because your body is prioritizing survival over muscle growth when it doesn't receive sufficient energy from your diet. So let's talk about the role of protein in muscle growth. Protein is essential for muscle growth and repair. During workouts, particularly weight training, small tears occur in the muscle fibers. Protein then provides the necessary amino acids to repair these tears, which is a key process in building stronger muscles. Without adequate protein intake, your body lacks the resource needed for effective muscle repair, which can then hinder muscle growth, even with all the hard work that you're putting in. To put this into perspective, let's say you're consuming 1,500 calories per day while trying to build muscle, but your body actually needs 2,500 calories just to maintain its current muscle mass. This 1,000 calorie deficit means your body is going to start looking for alternative energy sources. And unfortunately, muscle tissue can become one of those sources. For example, if you're following a diet that restricts protein intake to below 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight, you're not providing your muscles with enough essential amino acids needed for growth and repair. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, maintaining adequate protein intake is crucial during periods of intense training to prevent muscle protein breakdown and to promote muscle recovery and growth. Now let's talk a little bit about the impact of carbohydrates and fats for muscle growth. This video is sponsored by Element. Did you know that when you sweat, the primary electrolyte lost is sodium? When sodium's not replaced, it's common to experience symptoms such as muscle fatigue and cramps. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything you need and nothing you don't. It contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. It can help prevent and eliminate muscle cramps, fatigue, headaches, sleeplessness, and other symptoms related to electrolyte deficiency. Element is formulated to help everyone with their electrolyte needs. That includes moms, dads, fitness enthusiasts, athletes, and it's perfectly suited for those of you on a keto or low-carb diet. Right now, Element is offering my subscribers, that's you all, a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single-serving packets free with any Element order. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share with a salty friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/Kristi. This deal is only available through my link, so make sure you click below at drinklmnt.com/Kristi. That's Kristi. Now, back to the video. Carbohydrates and fats are crucial for muscle growth, even though they're sometimes overlooked, and all the focus tends to be on protein. Carbohydrates serve as your body's primary energy source, particularly during these high-intensity workouts. If you don't consume enough carbs, your glycogen stores can become depleted, leading to fatigue and reduced workout performance. This can hinder your muscle growth since you won't be able to maybe lift as heavy or train as intensely. For instance, athletes who engage in weight training while consuming a low carbohydrate diet may find themselves hitting a plateau or even possibly regressing in their performance. This is because glycogen stored in your muscles and your liver is the fuel that powers your workouts. When your glycogen stores are low, your muscles don't have the energy they need to perform optimally, which can lead to reduced strength and endurance. Healthy fats are also equally as important and are essential for supporting hormone production, including testosterone, which plays a key role in muscle growth for both men and women. Too low dietary fat intake can lead to decreased hormone levels, potentially also hindering muscle growth. Additionally, fats provide a slow-burning energy source that help sustain energy levels throughout the day and during your workouts. For example, a study from the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that athletes who consumed adequate carbohydrates and fats had better performance and muscle growth compared to those who were on a low-carb, low-fat diet. One of the biggest myths in fitness is the idea that you can build muscle while in a caloric deficit. The truth is, building muscle requires a surplus of energy. When you're in a caloric deficit, your body doesn't have enough resources to fuel muscle growth. Instead, it prioritizes essential functions like keeping your organs running and maintaining basic bodily functions. Muscle growth, also known as hypertrophy, requires muscle protein synthesis to outpace protein breakdown. To achieve this, your body needs sufficient calories, primarily from protein, to build new muscle tissue. When you're in a caloric deficit, your body lacks the energy required to sustain this process. Instead of building muscle, your body may begin breaking down those muscle tissues to meet its energy needs. A practical example is someone who's trying to lose fat while also hoping to gain muscle. If they reduce their calorie intake too drastically, they might lose weight, but some of that weight loss could be coming from muscle loss rather than fat loss. This is because the body, starved of calories, will use whatever resources it can find, including breaking down muscle protein into amino acids that can be converted into glucose for energy. To avoid this, it's important to focus on either fat loss or muscle gain. If your goal is to build muscle, you need to be in a slight caloric surplus. This is going to provide your body with the energy it needs to support muscle growth. On the other hand, if fat loss is your goal, understanding that building significant muscle mass will be challenging while you're in a caloric deficit. The concept of body recomposition, losing fat while gaining muscle, is possible, but it's most effective in beginners or those returning to training after a break. For experienced lifters, it's much more efficient to cycle between bulking, which is going to be your caloric surplus for muscle gain, and cutting, which is going to be your caloric deficit for fat loss phases. So let's talk about a few of the consequences of chronic undereating, or maybe even signs and symptoms. If you chronically undereat, you risk entering a state known as relative energy deficiency in sport, RED-S, REDS. This condition can lead to a host of problems, including decreased muscle mass, weakened bones, and a suppressed immune system. For women, undereating can also lead to menstrual dysfunction, which further impacts bone health and overall well-being. REDS is a serious condition that not only impacts your performance, but also your long-term health. For example, an athlete training for a marathon or maybe a bodybuilding competition who has been undereating for weeks will experience a significant decrease in performance, loss of muscle mass, and increased risk of injury. This happens because the body is no longer receiving the energy it needs to support the demands of the intense training and recovery. To prevent this, it's crucial to listen to your body and know that you're eating enough to meet your energy needs. This might mean increasing your caloric intake during periods of intense training or when you notice signs of fatigue and decreased performance. REDS can also impact psychological health, leading to potential mood swings, anxiety, and depression, and further complicating the recovery process. How do you know if you're not eating enough? Some common signs can include constant fatigue. If you're always tired, even after a full night's sleep, this could be a sign that you're not consuming enough calories to support your activity level. Also, waking up throughout the night, so interrupted sleep can also lead to that constant fatigue. Stalled progress. If you're not seeing gains in muscle mass or strength despite consistent training, undereating could be the culprit. Frequent illness. A weakened immune system due to insufficient calories and nutrients can make you more susceptible to colds and other illnesses. Low blood sugar from undereating can lead to mood swings and irritability. So if you feel like your mood is like this throughout the day, that could be a good sign of undereating. If you're a female and you have the loss of your menstrual cycle, known as amenorrhea, this can be a sign that your body is under too much stress from insufficient nutrition. Difficulty concentrating. Your brain needs fuel, just like your muscles. A lack of proper nutrition can lead to difficulty focusing and making decisions. Muscle soreness that just doesn't go away. If you find you are constantly sore and you're not recovering well between your workouts, this could be due to inadequate nutrition, particularly a lack of protein and calories. If you start to notice these signs or multiple signs, it's important to reassess your diet and ensure you're fueling your body properly. A lot of these things can be fixed just with proper nutrition. So let's talk about how can we make those adjustments? How to adjust your diet for optimal muscle growth. To optimize muscle growth, it's essential to consume enough calories to support both your daily activities and your workouts. Start by calculating your total daily energy expenditure, also known as your TDEE, which includes your basal metabolic rate, your BMR, and the calories you burn through physical activity. Once you know your TDEE, aim to consume slightly more calories than you burn, focusing on nutrient-dense foods that provide the protein, carbs, and fats your body is going to need to build muscle. This might mean eating more frequent meals or adding in high-calorie snacks, potentially like nuts and seeds, a protein shake, and whole grains into your diet. For example, if your TDEE is 2,500 calories, try increasing your intake by 5 to 10% to put yourself in a slight surplus. This would mean increasing to around 2,700 calories per day by maybe adding in an extra meal or snack. Ensure that each meal includes a source of protein, a complex carb, and a healthy fat to support your overall muscle growth and recovery. It's also essential to pay attention to the timing of your meals. According to NASM, optimal muscle building is supported by consuming 20 to 40 grams of protein immediately after exercise, with additional protein intake every 3 to 4 hours throughout the day. Remember, building muscle isn't just about what you do in the gym. Your nutrition is equally, if not more, important in reaching your goals. Undereating can sabotage your progress no matter how hard you train. Your muscles need the right nutrients to repair and to grow stronger. If you're not fueling your body properly, you are missing out on the gains you've worked so hard for in the gym. So prioritize your diet just as much as your workouts to see the best results. Thanks for watching, and keep fueling your progress both in and out of the gym. Feel free to drop any topics you want to see covered in our comment section below. If you're ready to take your fitness to the next level, check out the IBEX Training app, where you have access to 12 plus programs, a macro calculator, and sample meal plans, and all kinds of other resources to help you reach your goals. Don't forget, smash the like button and have a great day.